Okay, good evening YouTube. I'm hard at work putting the new setup on the Suzuki SX4. So I got 3 of the wheel and tire assemblies on, and there's the last one there. And I'm just gonna do a little quick video in the garage first before I go to the car and show you the finished product after I put that wheel on. So the last couple of days when I was driving around trying to get the tires mounted on my new Hypergrams, I was driving on the winter setup, which is basically this setup here. This is the Toyo Celsius all-weather tire. So technically I can drive it year-round, and they're pretty good in the winter time too, through the snow and stuff. And this is the factory size, the 205/60/16, and this is mounted on a 16 by 6.5 Mazda CX3 wheel. So I use a hub ring on it to size it down to the Suzuki hub ring. And just to show you the weight of this one tire and wheel, on the scale, it weighs about 44 pounds. And let me just pause the video and I'll put the last Hypergram setup on and see what the weight difference is, if there is any. Hang tight. Okay, so now I got the Hypergram and Indy 500 setup on 245/45/17 on a 17 by 9 inch wheel, and the weight here, it's almost the same. It might be a little lighter, but I mean it's not too much to worry about. Then again, my scale is, you know, as accurate as it is for a bathroom scale, but the fact that I'm driving on a much wider wheel and much larger tire, and it weighs the same as the winter setup, I mean that's a pretty good win for me. So let me put the two of them side by side. You can check it out in a sec. Hang on. Okay, so now you can see the difference between the factory all-weather setup in the tire size versus the summer setup, and how much wider the tire is versus the factory 205/60/16 size. And I'll come around to the front, and again you can really see the difference there. So, you know, a lot more grip in the summertime. Obviously the Indy 500 is a very good tire as far as grip. Even in the rain it's pretty good too, but obviously I'm not going to be driving that in the winter time, and in the winter I just use the factory setup and it gets me around no problem. Okay, so hang tight. I'm going to put the last wheel on and then show you the finished product. Hang on. Okay, so there's the finished product. 17 by 9 plus 40 Konig Hypergrams, 245/45/17 Firestone Firehawk Indy 500 tires. There's the side view, and I think it looks pretty nice. And I kind of like it actually more than the Motegis. It was just too black for me with the black wheel, black tire, and the car being black. So this changes it up a little bit. Now, if we look down the side of the car, so I'm crossing my fingers that I can get away with not grinding the moldings. To me, it looks almost exactly like the 8.5 inch setup, and that one never rubbed anywhere. So I'm hoping that this will be the same. See, there's the back there. And basically, compared to the 8.5 inch wheel, this wheel sticks out about 8 millimeters more on the outside and 4 mils more on the inside. But the tire sidewall only sticks out like 2 millimeters compared to the other setup. So until I drive it, we'll just have to see what happens. And this is basically the ride height that it's on. I basically jounced the car after I put the wheels on and torqued the wheel nuts, but I haven't driven it yet. Maybe after dinner I'll go for a quick drive just to see how it looks and whether or not it's going to rub or not. So there again, down the driver's side of the car. I gotta say, it's looking pretty good. And if we look at the back of the car, again with the same size tires, but now on a 9-inch wheel, which is the maximum wheel width that they recommend on a 245/45/17. So that's basically what it looks like. Alright, okay, so thank you, YouTube. I'll be back with maybe a little update after I drive it and see whether it rubs or not. And either way, I'm going to let you know. And if I have to grind the inside of the fender moldings a little bit, that's what I got to do to be able to put these wheels on. Alright, thanks for watching. Leave a comment. We'll talk to you later, YouTube. Bye-bye.